Let's move over to the Eastern Conference for the other 3-6 matchup where we saw the Detroit Pistons and the New York Knicks. So going into this game, of course, or into this series, it's the series of, honestly, experience and offense versus inexperience and physical defense. And the Pistons, they honestly came to play for the first 3 quarters of things. They looked great. It looked like they were ready for the moment, but then the Knicks turned it up to another level in the fourth quarter, and the Pistons couldn't respond. They gave up a 21-0 run in the fourth quarter, and the Knicks won the game 123-112. Nick, what were your thoughts overall about the way that the Pistons played to start, and then how they kind of just fell apart in that run in the fourth?
Yeah, well, when they came out so strong, I was a bit worried about my Knicks in 5 prediction. That was obviously the first thing on my mind. But no, Tobias Harris was absolutely insane in this game. They just had a lot of production from guys you don't normally see like step up, like Malik Beasley. I guess what I'm trying to say is playoffs. It's hard to envision like a guy in their first playoff game, Jalen Green, going off for a huge game. And a lot of the Detroit Pistons walked into Madison Square Garden on Easter and said, like, that isn't going to bother us, and they showed up.
Sorry.
But yeah, Asar Thompson, too. One thing I noticed is, like, he creates a lot of shots for them when Cade doesn't have the ball. And I think that is, I mean, just like his brother, Amen Thompson. They both are really like potential engine offenses at a high level. Like they're just great.
He also had the fastest spin move ever recorded.
That was ridiculous.
That was like crazy. A Beyblade going down the paint.
Yeah, it was unbelievable. Nick, to your point, I think the one thing that kind of stood out about the way that the Pistons played offensively was that their 3 best players were their veterans. I don't think that that's any coincidence that their 3 best players were Tobias Harris, Tim Hardaway, and Malik Beasley. Because you can look at Cade Cunningham's stat line, 21, 6, and 12. I don't think he had a very good game in this one. Jalen Duren had some nice plays where he got a bunch of offensive rebounds, but overall, I didn't really think he had a good game. Just across the board, there's no coincidence that their experienced guys were the ones that were ready for the moment. And if you're a Piston fan, it's got to be kind of frustrating that you wasted a Tobias Harris 25-point game, because we know in years past how inconsistent he can be on the offensive end. And even this year, he only averaged like 13 points per game. He wasn't a super crazy offensive piece. So for him to give you 25 points, and I think a good 22 of them came in the first half, it's something that you got to take advantage of, because you don't know if that'll happen again in the series. So that's just this is a tough game to lose for the Pistons, especially when you're up 8 points, a few minutes into the fourth quarter in Madison Square Garden.
I was going to say, at least with Cade, I do like seeing his assist numbers be up to 12, even though his shooting numbers, like I think I saw it was 8 for 21, wasn't that great. So at least you can get everybody else involved. However, Nick was alluding to the other guys, and I want to talk about another guy for the Knicks, Cam Payne, who I was enlightened pre-pod lobby, just went absolutely crazy.
Yeah, he did. He was like the biggest reason the Knicks made that run offensively. He scored 14 in 14 minutes, and I think 11 of those were part of the 21-0 run in the fourth quarter. And credit to Tom Thibodeau, who, we know for always sticking to his guys, saw that Cam Payne had it going, and he's like, all right, Mikal Bridges, you're staying on the bench for a little bit longer here. He only played 29 minutes, and Cam Payne was great. I mean, got to talk about OG Anunoby, Karl-Anthony Towns, and Jalen Brunson. I mean, it was the stars that really won this game for New York down the stretch.
It's intimidating to play in MSG, especially in a playoff environment. Those Knicks fans have been waiting for a good team, and they have a good team. So I hope the Pistons will be, at least all the young guys, I hope they got a little bit of those nerves out of their system and be ready for game 2.